Bands of America, the premier competitive marching band circuit in the nation. This year I got a chance to attend the BOA Grand National Championships in Indianapolis, Indiana, and holy crap, dude, these bands were phenomenal. Out of the 113 bands competing, only 12 advance all the way to finals, and these were the official rankings of the top 12, but for this video I'm gonna do my own top 12 rankings, based solely off of just what shows I thought I enjoyed the most. At number 12 we have Castle High School with their show Neo-Noir. The word noir is a crime fiction featuring hard-boiled cynical characters in a bleak, sleazy setting, and the term neo means new. So here we have some new renditions of noir themes. These were some really cool uniforms. They were very shiny and sleek, and the capes were really epic and had some very cool visual effects associated with them as well. They honestly look like a bunch of shiny Batmans running around out there. Oh yes. An exploration of color through the visual hook of sunglasses. Throughout each movement, we are seeing a variety of color changes as well as a variety of musical style changes. And yes, we are wearing sunglasses at night, because remember, the show was at like 8 o'clock p.m. and we are also inside. It's a dome stadium, so yeah, we're very cool with these sunglasses here. But I certainly couldn't take my eyes off of this show. This was very well done from Leander High School. We've got all kinds of spots on the field, spots on the uniforms, and even spots on the kids. And I'm certainly glad that I had a spot on the 50-yard line watching this show. See, look, there's me right there, and there's Tony G sitting right next to me. Yeah, we went for the good seats for this one. And it was well worth it, because there was a lot of very cool musical elements with the addition of the electric string instruments, and also the vocalist was a very cool effect too. These spinning flower prop things were also very cool and kinda trippy to watch as the show went on. Good job, American Fork. I found your show very interesting, and I also find your school name very interesting. Here we have blossomed into butterflies, spreading our wings and showing the beauty in all that is symmetrical. You like that? I wrote that sentence myself. This was a very pretty and colorful show, and it was also a very clean show. I think the percussion section, this might have been the best one of all the bands, definitely top 3. BOA, they don't have like a specific drum judge, they just have the music judge, which is 40% of the overall score, so hopefully the music judges are appreciating the clean drum lines. I'm sure most of you watching this are aware that I am a drumline channel, but I can absolutely appreciate the complexities of the wind parts and also the color guards. And I certainly appreciated them in this one. We've got boxes all over the field. We've got boxes on the uniforms, on the flags, even the synth cart is a box, though I guess that one is by default. Throughout the show, we are thinking outside the box with some unique and interesting musical designs. The oboe soloist in this show absolutely killed it. This was really cool. There were actually a few bands that used oboe soloist, and there was also a lot of bands that used soprano saxophone soloist, kind of a similar timbre, and I always liked it when they used those two instruments. I am a fan of the oboe and the soprano saxophone, apparently. And at the end of the show, we realize we are stuck in the box. Oh, no way out. Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping they would build a massive structure with all these boxes all over the field. Like a giant SpongeBob SquarePants would have been kind of sick. But still, it was a fun show with cool props and cool music. Cedar Park High School is out here pushing the envelope and setting new standards with the cutting edge. And man, what a great job they did here. Some very, very difficult music executed flawlessly. Unfortunately, they did not play the cutting-edge musical number from The Brave Little Toaster, which is my favorite movie in the world. Maybe someday a group will do music from The Brave Little Toaster. But anyways, we end with a fantastic display of red colors, showing that we have indeed sliced into the hearts of all marching arts fans. Carmel High School creates a wonderful orchestration supported by the visual arches all around the field. These guys played phenomenally, and I certainly appreciated all the crazy stagings that were going on using these props. I'm sure playing or spinning while rocking back and forth on the prop is not an easy task. Unrelating to the rankings video, so like I said, my seats were pretty close up, right around here. So in our field of view for the whole show was this woman at the sound cart, and I assume she was looking up like into this top of the stands for somebody else on staff to give her like cues for if the sound was balanced or not. But man, this was just super weird, just like watching this woman just blankly staring up into the stands for the entire performance, facing away, not watching what's happening. I don't know, no other bands did that, and it was like weird for me just being there watching her. But anyways, good job Carmel High School with an amazing performance. Next year I'll make sure to sit slightly off-centered so I don't get distracted by the sound cart lady. Menagerie is a collection of wild animals kept in captivity for exhibition. But it doesn't take long for these creatures to escape their captivity. In fact, most of them got loose within the first 5 seconds of the show. These wild animals, aka the color guard, are now out in society, wreaking havoc and eventually taking over the world. Oh, Pinky and the Brain would be so proud. This was a really fun story, and it kept me intrigued throughout the whole production. The uniform and props were very, very cool. Great job, Dobyns-Bennett High School. Piet Mondrian was a Dutch painter who is regarded as one of the greatest artists of the 20th century. This show takes his artwork and brings it to life, loud and proud on the football field. We've got these gigantic, unassuming white boxes at the beginning, but then we reveal a whole bunch of colorful, smaller boxes underneath of them. Oh, just like those nesting egg toy thingies. And man, dude, the drum line was just gigantic. I mean, I think the whole band was probably the biggest band, but the drumline especially was like way bigger than any other band that I saw. We got 11, 5, 6, and 6 out there. I mean, I feel overwhelmed teaching a 10-person drumline, and there's more people than that in just the snare line of this drumline. But they played really, really well, and yeah, kudos to them with such a big group. Oh my goodness. And of course, a huge congratulations to Avon for getting first place overall at Grand Nationals. Best marching band in the United States. Let's go! Cole Brower was the first woman from the United States to sail around the world non-stop and unassisted. This show depicts the adventure of this death-defying trip. When they announced this show, I just assumed this was a historic trip from 1700, but no, this happened this year, a few months ago. But yeah, I think this show did a great job depicting the rough seas and lonely nights out in the open ocean. I really like these massive wave props used throughout the show. This was really cool. The bass flute solo, this sounded really cool, and that is something you do not see very often. And who couldn't love a drum feature with Barry sax? A very cool show design from Broken Arrow. I felt like I was right there with Cole Brower on her record-breaking adventure. If you were to ask me what marching band would look like 100 years in the future, I would probably imagine something exactly like what Tarpon Springs did this year, with the addition of jetpacks on all the members for a 4D drill design, of course. Because this show design, it was absolutely wild. I mean, just look at it. We have awakened our minds, and if you were asleep, well, these super bright lights all around the field, they probably woke you up. Even the rifles have lights on them. Everything is just bright, eye-catching, flashy. I also loved the musical selection for this show. These were a lot of very cool arrangements. Especially Paint It Black, that is one of my favorites. Great job to everyone involved with this program, especially the prop designers. I'm sure this took quite some time to throw all of this together. This was a real next level presentation. Great job. Oh, those pesky rabbits, they'll always get you. Bro, I literally felt like I was watching an episode of Looney Tunes throughout this entire show. Like, the nostalgia was all coming back to me, just watching all of these Elmer Fuds chasing after the Bugs Bunny color guard. Do kids these days still watch Looney Tunes? I mean, that show was way before my time, but I mean, I still watched it on Cartoon Network in the 90s. Hopefully kids still watch that show. Fun fact, one of the first indoor shows I ever designed was also a Looney Tunes show, and unfortunately it scored really crappily, but it's good to see William Mason placing in the top 6 with this kind of a show. They, I guess, did it a lot better than me. And if I was the one and only judge, then you guys would have got first place, because I really, really loved this. The music was just so good, like so many iconic classics. And of course the storyline was just super fun to follow along with. Great job, William Mason. You had my favorite marching band show of the year. For more band reviews, you can click on this video right here, and have a good morning.